All right, guys, in keeping up with taking care of your future, um, in your 20s, you do not feel any effects of the bad things that you're doing to your body, such as drinking alcohol, smoking, eating garbage like junk food, greasy food, pizza, all that stuff. In your 20s, you do not feel none of the effects of eating that stuff, of sugar, stuff like that. In your 30s, you start to feel the effects of all the food that you put in your body. The 30s is kind of a warning of how your body is going to be acting for the rest of its time with certain foods. All of a sudden, bread is no longer good for you. Greasy food is not good for you. All this stuff starts to hurt your organs. It starts to hurt your stomach. It starts to hurt your colon. Um, Dairy really starts to affect you. It creates a lot of sores, a lot of pus. Sugar starts to destroy your teeth. It starts to weaken your teeth. You could start to feel a little bit of pain in your teeth. So in your 30s, the stuff that you put into your body, you can feel it a little bit more because in your 20s you damaged the crap out of that stuff, and in your 30s now you're running out of dopamine, or you're running out of the endorphins or the pleasure things that are in your body that keep your body feeling good. Now, when you are young, you're pumping out a bunch of dopamine, and you're feeling okay, and you can drink, and maybe you'll have a hangover, but then you'll be better. But in your 30s, it takes a little bit longer for those things to cure. So you're going to have to drink a lot more water with everything that you eat. You can still have junk food in your 30s, but you're going to feel it more. You can have a greasy cheeseburger, like a double cheeseburger with bacon. You can eat that, but if you eat that with a bunch of fries and soda, and or beer, you're going to feel that, and your body is going to tell you that it's too much. So the way to compensate with that is, if you eat a bunch of greasy food, you're going to have to drink lots of water, because water creates dopamine. That's what I'm starting to notice, is that water and oxygen create lots of dopamine. So you need to drink a lot of water with all the stuff that you consume. Let's say you smoke drugs or you drink alcohol, you're going to have to drink a lots of water after. So you'll notice that in your 30s. Now, 40s are a complete mystery to me. That's I don't know what the 40s are like yet. And in the 50s, I only have examples of people that I've seen. 40s is probably a continuation of the 30s. The things is going to be more strict. You're going to have to really manage your diet and manage your actions, and your joints are going to start to wear out, because in your 20s you can move your joints quickly and all that stuff, but I imagine in your 40s, every single action that you do with your voice, with your mouth, with your joints, with your head, with your neck, you're going to start to feel it in your body. In the 50s is going to be an early sign of body damage. So in your 50s, your knees are going to go out. There's going to be a warning sign of your knees and your ankles, and all your joints are going to go out, and your liver's going to go out, your pancreas, all kinds of parts of your body are going to go out. So in your 60s, that's when they're actually going to go out. That's when you're going to start losing your teeth. That's when you're going to start losing your vision. That's when you're going to start losing your hearing. That's when you're going to start losing probably your taste. Your joints are going to be bad. Your back is going to be bad. So, all that damage that you have been doing for 60 years to your body are going to catch up to you in your 60s, and you're going to feel it. And if you have to work to make a living in your 60s, then you're going to have to work with those problems. So if you have no dental, if you have no medical insurance, you're going to really be hurting in your 60s. Now your 70s, it's it's almost like the end of everything. Expect things to fall out, expect your bones to be brittle, expect your body not to have energy. So you really do have to manage your body when you are younger. Make sure that you have lots of money and an easy enough job where you do not have to physically labor that much. So you have to have it all figured out before you are 60. You have to have people take care of you, and you can't really rely on inheritance or paying off your home, because and also if you did not prepare, let's say you have children, right? And you did not bring them up correctly and they're mooching off of you in their 20s or 30s, that's going to affect you. So you got to make sure, if you have children, make sure that you have your children and make sure you raise them to succeed when they are 18 and to move out and to make lots of money and to help you out. That is very important. A lot of people do not invest in their children, and their children grow up to be bums, and they're a burden to you as an adult. So that's for parents. Make sure that you um, take care of your children and that you set them up for success, and do not set them up for failure. If your children are obese, if your children have health problems, fix all those problems and all those appearance problems when they are young, before they hit 18. Make sure they're not insecure. Make sure they're not introverts. Make sure they're well educated and well communicative. Make sure that they know how to speak to people. Make sure that they have no fear, because one of the biggest burdens of a person in his old age are adult children that do not move out of their parents' house. That is a big problem. So these things, they don't prepare us for these things. And I am, with this pandemic, I'm starting to see so many people, almost 100% of the people, almost 100% of the people around me did not prepare for this, and they are hurting. I could see my neighbors, I could see people I could see entire neighborhoods starting to crumble because of this pandemic. Some people are flourishing and some people are not. But even if you have lots of money, you have to prepare yourself for your 60s, 70s, and 80s, because that's going to be your hardest times. You need to be set by the time you're 60, 70, and 80 and up to 90. If you live past 90, then I don't know what to tell you.